Huddled atop the cracked, graffitied walls of what had once been an expensive estate, Alexander and Alexandra gazed at the miles of darkness that lay ahead of them. The air buzzed with the off-putting chatter of homeless people, desperate for scraps of food. In the distance, a dull red light illuminated the sky, warning of the approaching danger that had become part of life under the dystopian regime. "Do you think it's safe for us to go down there?" Alexandra whispered, fear gripping her voice. Alexander glanced back at her, his green eyes filled with concern. "We have to try," he said firmly. "We can't stay here forever. We have to find out what's happening in the city." Alexander was right. For weeks, they had lived in relative safety in the crumbling estate, but it wasn't enough. They had to find a way to fight back against the regime that had taken control of the city. The pair steeled their nerves and scrambled down the wall, switching between walking and running in order to stay out of sight. They scurried past the beggars and panhandlers, using the darkness of the night sky to their advantage. Eventually, they arrived in what had once been a bustling market square, now nothing more than a shadow of its former self. Alexander's eyes scanned the area for any signs of intelligent life, but there were none. "What do we do now?" Alexandra asked, her voice wavering. Alexander's gaze landed on a distant figure, their slight frame illuminated by the eerie red light. "That looks like a rebel," he said, pointing. "Maybe they can tell us what's going on." Alexander and Alexandra hurried over to the figure, now almost indistinguishable in the dark. The figure's hands were up in surrender, a gesture that showed they meant no harm. "Who are you?" Alexander asked, noting the plain, ragged clothes they wore. "My name is Tasha," the figure replied. "I'm part of the resistance. We've been planning an attack on the government for weeks, but we lack the necessary information and support to make it a success." Alexander and Alexandra glanced at one another, the same idea sparking in their minds. "We can help," they said in unison.
Do you have a suggestion for a new story? Comment below and subscribe to not miss the next one.